time to rest on God. Now let us read a couple of verses in Deuteronomy. The verse that we read is very crucial that you read. Thank you very much for reading that. Here are people who have been delivered. Now, I wish I could be around when God opens up the Red Sea. I wish I could be around when maybe, what's the ocean we have here? When God opens it up so I can go through. But here are people who have seen the power of God. This is powerful. It's unbelievable. And yet in the verses that you read, they murmur against him. And did you hear the words they said? It is because God hated us. That he has brought us in this place to kill us. Let us read a couple of verses in Deuteronomy. We're going to stay there for a little bit. I don't know what plans you have or how fast you want to get out of here. I pray that God will help me to speed up the process, but I really don't want to. I want us to go through what we have here, besides what else is going on, and finish what we're doing here. So let us go Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 6. Let us to move a little bit faster. Because human beings come to a place, you and I come to a place many times where we feel as if God has left us. You've watched the movie maybe, God is not dead. I don't know exactly what it's about. But I'm moving a different direction, and maybe the same direction as the movie. God is not dead. Regardless of where you are in your life, what's going on in your life, He knows about everything. Deuteronomy chapter 5, verse 6. What does it say? I am the Lord thy God. I am the Lord thy God which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. I mean, where you are now, it's not because of your power. Some of us have good jobs, it's not because of your power. I'm sorry to break that to you. Wherever you are now, it is because of God's grace that you are there now. 5:15, we're still in the same chapter. 5:15. And remember that thou was a servant in the land of Egypt, and that the Lord thy God brought thee out thence through a mighty hand by a stretched out arm. Therefore the Lord thy God commanded thee to keep the Sabbath. Here God is reminding and reminding and reminding. 6 verse 12. 6 verse 12. It is amazing to the extent how God is trying to remind these people. He didn't even need to remind them, because remember what I just said. They have just seen the power of God in Egypt. Not only that, they see the power of God in parting the Red Sea. 6:12. Then beware lest thou forget the Lord, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. 8. Chapter 8. Verse 11 to 14, I'm moving quickly. Beware that thou forget not the Lord thy God in keeping his commandments and his judgments and his statutes which I command thee this day, lest thou hast eaten and art full, and hast built goodly houses and dwelt therein. And when thy herds and thy flocks multiply, and thy silver and thy gold is multiplied, and all that thou hast has multiplied, then thy heart be lifted up, and thou forget the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. God keeps reminding these people. This is crucial for a Christian walk. You and I cannot forget where God has led us from. Some of us never even thought we'd be in America. How many of you had that in mind? I mean, I remember Africa, man. Back then, the dirty roads. I didn't think I would be here. America is a land that we watched on TV. You know? But you're here today. It is not because you're powerful. It is because of God. There's so many verses in there. There's so many verses. Let's look at some more. Let me see here. Deuteronomy 3:2. 3:22. Let me see what that says. Okay, 9:3, Deuteronomy 9:3. Understand therefore, as you go there, I'll read. Understand therefore this day that the Lord your God is He who goes over before you as a consuming fire, and He shall destroy them, and He shall bring them down before thy face. So shalt thou drive them out and destroy them quickly, as the Lord has said. You know, in many ways we get to a point where we feel like we are, I don't know, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. But the Lord is telling us here in the Bible that it is God Himself. They thought maybe they were fighting, but it was God who was fighting for them. Even in our lives, it's the same thing. God always fights for us. Remember in Daniel chapter 3, when Nebuchadnezzar made the fire and told those guys, if you don't bow, you're going to be thrown into the fire. They were thrown into the fire, but guess who was there before they got there? Jesus Christ. God was already in the fire before they even got into the fire. There is no situation that you go through in life where God is not with you. We have to remember that. We have to remember that. When God is on your side, you cannot lose. Galatians 3:26. When God is on your side, you cannot lose. When God is on your side, you cannot lose. Galatians 3:26. If you're there, you can read it.
For ye are all the children of God by faith in Christ Jesus.
The Bible calls us what? Children of God. There are parents who neglect their children. I've heard of stories of parents who throw their children into the garbage. God is not like that. God is not an absentee parent. He always stands by His children. In Romans 8:31 we are told, what shall we say to these things? If God be for us, finish it. Who can be against us? If God is on your side, you tell me, who can be against you? Do you really believe that? Yes. Do you really believe that? Yes. That's what the Bible says. We have to believe what the Bible says. If God is for you, nobody can be against you. Now there's an interesting verse in Joshua 23 verse 10. Interesting. Joshua 23 verse 10. When God is with you, you cannot lose. Joshua 23 verse 10. You can read it if you get there. This is crucial for us because sometimes the Christians are so beat down and we look like we are just little wimps, like we are nothing when we serve a mighty God. Joshua 23:10, are we there?
One man of you shall chase 1,000. For the Lord your God, He it is that fighteth for you, and He hath promised you.
One man shall chase how many?
1,000.
Now, I've never been in fights. I try to avoid. But if I try to fight one man, I'll probably lose. But the Bible says, one person will chase 1,000 people. Can you believe that? Then what problem in your life is it that God cannot take care of? One person chasing 1,000. I have been reading, of course, the book of Deuteronomy. It has been an encouragement to me. How can you lose a battle, any battle, and how can you fail when God is on your side? Matthew 28, 18 to 19 and 20, you don't have to go there. Remember what it says. All power in heaven and in earth has been what? Given to me. How much power is all power?
All power.
How much power is all power? Do you know how much power is on your side?
All power.
If you have Jesus Christ, you have all power.
Amen.
We should not walk around as if we have lost all our loved ones. God is on our side. And if we have God on our side, that is sufficient enough. All power has been given to me. And I believe that if you lose anywhere, if you lose with Jesus Christ on your side, then I believe that you just chosen to lose. If you don't believe what the Bible says, you and I may not be able to see the power of God.